Okay, where were we? That's right, we fixed a bug last time. We refactored some animations. We moved a unit on map 1. We formatted our tests. We updated the to-do. Yes, we were working on animations last. Okay. Tonight I think I'm still not ready to do the big refactor yet because I still don't have this modeled anymore correctly in my head, I don't think. So we're gonna push on and continue writing dubious code until I figure out how I want to refactor this. So let's, now that we have our animation class thing implemented, let's go ahead and create like the you win, you lose banners between levels, because it seems like a relatively straightforward place to start, I think. Also, I think this will feel more like a video game once those are in there. We've still got a long way to go before this actually feels like a video game, but this will be a nice step. I think the first quote-unquote animation I want to implement here is just to write some text to standard out when the animation should play. That way we can at least get our animation trigger wired up. It's probably, let's see. Let's create a feature branch, we'll call it banners, and I think the relevant area be the battle screen update loop. Yes, and to make this less tedious, let's also move this enemy unit. Let's put them right next to us. Let's put them at 5, 3. That way we can just load the map and blast them. And we won't need to... Actually, let's put them at 5, 4. So we don't have to drive over to blast them. Because obviously we need to blow them up to actually see the victory banner, right? So we did that. Let's create a banner class. And I guess, I don't know, presumably we would have probably a victory and defeat method, and maybe there's going to be some stuff we can abstract into some internal. But let's just do, I guess do win and lose, save a few bytes, and how does this work now? We have a proper animation function. I think I had camera. Yeah. So the way our animation works is that we need a function to query and return a function. And this function that we are returning will be executed by the animation player. So right now, let's just do print h you win bug. And then back to our battle. I already hate this. I guess we'll make the animation also advance the map. Boy, do I hate that. That doesn't feel right at all. Also, I want there to be a delay. Gross. Hate it. Yeah, see, all this code is disgusting. This all has to get refactored, but I'm just gonna keep making a mess for now because I'm not gonna know how to refactor it until I have all the problems laid out in front of me. So I guess this becomes oh wait, and then we need to actually wire up this banner guy here. Banner win. It's animation in queue. Banner win. Animation in queue. Delay. How did I do that? Delay. Where do I have a delay? Turn end? Yeah, gross. That is in frames. We've got 60 frames a second. Let's say 300 frames, 5 seconds. And then... Hate this. Hate this so much. Let's do, I guess, function. Wait, I guess we can just do this. Map.advance pass as, you know, as a function without invoking it. Maybe we can do that. That's still horrible, but... So if that works, what we're going to do is we're going to blow up that red guy. We're going to see... We're going to see you win, printed to standard out. Then we're going to wait for 5 seconds. Then we're going to be on the next map. So let's see if we got that. And if that works, then we'll start actually drawing a real banner. Shoot them. There's you win. I did not put in a return something true. Return true to signify that the animation has played. Try again. Sure doesn't look like it's working. Wait. Map advance return true? That's not right. Also, let's see. I'm gonna do... just print a bunch of lines here just so I can see... Wait, the map advanced. I'll do something stupid. 60 times 5 is 300. What did I type? Did that... I typed 3,000. Whoops. So I waited 50 seconds instead of 5 seconds. I guess that works though. So we blast them. Blast them. We have one. Now what I would like... Okay, yeah, that's something else to account for, is once we win, we want the cursor... You should lose control when you should lose control of the map when you win, or the... Yeah. Because see, I can... So I blast them. We have now won. Okay, okay, the cursor is animating, but I don't have control. So I guess I just need to stop that cursor animation. And that animation I'm doing like some legacy way. Which maybe is fine, but I don't like it. That did work though, fundamentally. So now let's just kind of stub this in. I don't want to spend a huge amount of time tonight on detail because you know, you can tell at a glance I haven't put a lot of time into aesthetics yet. And I don't really have an image in my head yet of how I want this to look. So let's just get closer to what we want. And then call it good and move on. I guess first let's just display a banner. And since this is a you win banner, I think what I probably do want is I want the banner to be in the winning player's color. So in the case of player 1 winning, that should be blue. And again, here I'm kind of designing this with a bias for one-player games. I'm going to have to go sort all that out later too, but right now I don't want to think about it. So... we want something like this. Rect fill. Let's say we want this to be, I don't know. One-fifth of the height of the screen. Let's do this the dumb way first and not account for the camera offset. So 1/12 27 divided by 5 is 25. So we want rect fill x 0 y 2550 x1 is 128 and y1 is 75 in a color, and the color we want is 12. Now if that worked, we're just going to see a big rectangle on screen, I think. Let's blast this guy. Whoops. Not seeing it. Is there a chance that happened for one frame or something? Let's break this. I just want to see this box appear. Okay, there's definitely no box. But really, oh man. It's probably happening and then being painted over by the hole further on in the draw loop. So that's worthless. I didn't think about that at all. Kind of hate the abstractions I landed on here. I don't think I have any of this right. So really, what's happening? We're unqueuing the animation. It's playing, but it doesn't matter because it's not being drawn in the draw loop. So that's just not correct. We kind of need like a draw function. This is going to be like the menu, sort of, like the, I don't know, whatever, targeting menu. Here, let's just draw a banner on the screen do nothing else. I'm probably going to spend most of my weekend just refactoring this. Okay, well there it is. Let me change the color and then just line this thing up. Change the color just so I can actually see it. Oh, and it looks off center because I did the math not accounting for the info bar, so it is actually centered correctly. It just doesn't look like it because it's centered on like the physical screen and not the screen space allocated to the map. So let's fix that. Let's see. Let's temporarily make that color 13. Yeah, and the info bar I think is 10 pixels tall. So Y1 is 40 and 65. Let's see if that no. $45.70. I think that looks about right. Oh, here, can we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish cells and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think that's pretty close. Okay. And let's do this. Let's draw some borders around this. Zero. 44, 128, 44, and what is the dark blue? Dark blue is 1, and 0, 46, and 71. And screw it, while we're at it, string dot center victory. This string dot center thing is just a helper I wrote. Let's put that at, what is it? We want to be at 70 minus 45 minus, let's say, minus 3 pixels. We want to be at 22, and we want this to be white, which is 7. Maybe that'll say victory in the middle of the box, and maybe it'll have borders, or maybe it'll crash. Center a nil value, center X, okay. That's not even close to right, okay. What did I do? X 0. There's the wait. That should be 71, 71, so that's not a diagonal. Then I might invert those colors. Yeah, I'm gonna do two things. I want to invert those colors, and then I want to move the lines a little bit. Closer. And now I want this at 46, and I want this at 69. So I want to move them both in a bit. And I need to draw those in the correct order now that they overlap, so it should be rectangle, line, line. Okay, that looks reasonable. And then how did I whiff so badly on the text? The text should be at you know what? Nope. Oh, yeah, I mean, obviously. That should be at like 50 something. Eyeball it. That looks, what? Pretty damn close, actually. I don't have a less stupid way to do this yet again. Let me go grab a ruler. Be right back. Okay. This is stupid, but if it's stupid and works, it's not stupid. So we're doing it. Can't see it very well, though. I think I guessed and nailed it, so that's cool. I don't love how that looks, but I don't know if I want to get hung up on that right now. I said I wasn't going to get hung up on it. I am now thinking, though, again about Oh, I'm doing animations. Because now that I see this, you know, we want to like clear the radii, clear the cursor, all that stuff. So I don't know. Maybe I'm doing this right, maybe I'm not. I'll probably spend my whole weekend refactoring this, probably offline, so I can think a bit better. And I think I might like those lines better if they were white. Yeah, I think I like that better. Do I want other borders? I know I said I wasn't gonna do this, but whatever. I say a lot of things. 47. Would that make it better? I think it might. That looks sort of reasonable, I think. It's pretty... I mean, it, like, stands out now, so I think I like that better. What we, you know, really want is for it to, like, animate in or something. Because right now, like, I'm just drawing this thing here. This isn't right, but now we have a box. So let's see though. I'm almost tempted to say this isn't really an animation, and I should handle it like a menu, but that is not correct, because like I just said, I do want it to animate in. Yeah, let's see here. This is horrible. Let's do this. Viz equals false, and let's say banner.viz is true, return true, and then if not self.viz return end. Oh, then return end. I mean, that'll solve the problem. It's just, again, this is all really disgusting, truly. Unexpected symbol. Why? Oh, whoops. Turn true. So we blast them. Blast them. There's our thing. Okay. that technically, I guess, solved the problem. There's gotta be a better way to do this, though. This is just gross. I guess. Banner. Let's look at that diff. I guess let's commit that. It's gross, but it's like a step in the direction. I guess we could do a similar terrible job of stubbing a defeat banner. I mean, that would make sense, right? Pour a little coffee and then do that. I feel like this is just one good refactoring, though, away from being, you know, in a closer to reasonable state. I feel like right now the project is, again, code-wise, the worst it's ever been, but a lot of the functionality is starting to get in here, though. So I really just need to, I just kind of need to keep writing bad code so I can see all the problems I need to solve, and then just take a weekend and refactor and solve them. And once we get that done, we're going to be in a good spot, I think. So let's see. Let's do a defeat banner. This should be some copying and pasting. Let's keep writing bad code. I think that's the only way forward for now. This is bad. Let's say win equals false, lose equals false. So then, I don't know. Banner viz is true, banner win is true. I'm not even going to try to do this better than this. If self dot win, then else and again, there are unquestionably better ways to do this, but we don't care right now. So we want rectangle should be no, that's the wrong color. We want 7, 8, and 2. No, yeah, 7, 8, and 2. So rectangle was 8. And 2, 2. I think that'll be correct. Oh, and then let's say, well, first let's make sure it runs. Does not. Attempt to call win. Oh, of course. Oh man. Hardest problem in computer science. Right here, naming things. I don't know. Victory, defeat, I guess, whatever. Win is now victory. Blow this guy up, make sure we can still win. Okay, and now just for the sake of testing, let's show our defeat banner when we win. That's what I intended to do, but I don't like the way that looks. Let's invert some of these colors. Oh yeah, because yeah, on the other one I do have the darker color inside, so this becomes 8 is the vibrant red, 2 is the dark red, so you become 2 and 8, 8, I think. Yes. Okay. So what? Let's just put that back. Make a note that this too is all horrible. Well, no, everything's. I just know everything globally in this file is horrible. Here. All of this. Horrible. I can't be accused of falling into the premature optimization trap tonight. Okay. I guess let's commit that. Oops. What other animations are we looking at here? I think it's really helpful to discover these kind of edge cases. Because what I'm thinking now, you know, maybe each animation should have like a series of properties attached, like if the animation should play exclusively, like if sequentially, if these should be a queue, or if the animation can be parallelized with other animations, or if it should hide the cursor or clear radii or what. Like I might want to attach more information to each animation just so I can standardize how I'm managing all this stuff, and I don't end up with some big imperative, you know, if-else ball of mud for handling all these weird edge cases, because that's what I don't want to have at all. So what else are we animating? And actually, for that matter, you know, I repositioned that bar, or sorry, I repositioned the banner accounting for the height of the bar, the info bar. But now that I think about it, maybe I should just hide that info bar when you win, because like it doesn't mean anything, right? After you've won, I mean, the information it was displaying is now stale, so let's make a note of that too. Hide the info bar. I think I'm missing some abstractions here. I know I am. One thing I realized the other day, I don't have a concept, I don't have an abstraction of a player yet, and I think that's wrong. Hide the info bar when the banner is displayed. Because what I'm doing, I think this is how I ended up with like too much logic packed into cursor. You know, there's a cursor table, and there is one cursor, and the cursor persists state for player 1 and player 2. But I think I have that logic inverted. What I think I want are two players, each of which owns a cursor. And then the turn... The turn class... which only has two methods, you know, this should go away entirely. And turn end should become player turn end, and turn human should become player human. So this turn thing is the wrong abstraction. And then, like, again, I'm tracking the state of... I'm tracking which player's turn it is as state on some turn thing, when really I should just be, like, rotating... or rather, iterating over a table of two elements, which are the players, and each player may either be a human or a CPU. I mean, I think that's just the more natural and correct way to think about the problem. So that all needs to get refactored. And then likewise, that'll have implications here in the battle screen. Because we're doing this stupid thing. I don't know. This should just, this, again, I don't know, like, this is kind of a hot take, but I almost think, like, the more if-else statements your code contains, the shittier it is or something. Because this should just, like, go away. And again, we should be just invoking, like, an update method for the player, and which in turn, the logic will be internal to the player table. You know, what that update method does, depending on if the player is like a human or a CPU or something. I don't know. I hate all of this code in particular. I think this is where most of the problems are. But let's see, what other edge cases can we hit tonight? What else are we going to need? It might be nice to be able to show and hide the info bar, but I don't know how I want to do that yet. I may try to improve the cursor animation, but I don't know. Screen transition. Oh, that's actually done. Oh, yeah, I wanted an animation for the unit to take damage. Unit explosion, unit move. Oh, let's try to do this tonight. That'd be a cool one. I think, yeah, okay, so... Oh, and this is done. Where are we here? Info. We're definitely starting to approach our size limits. Something we could try to animate now would be to get the units to follow the correct path when they animate. I'm running so tight on space, though, I don't actually know if I want to spare the bytes to do that. I should probably deprioritize everything that isn't, like, essential for the game, I guess. And that's definitely not essential, so maybe I won't do that now. Okay. Back to abstractions, too. You know, now I'm wondering if I want some, like, UI abstraction or something. Just one consolidated place to track the state of the game UI. I feel like that might be reasonable. Because I kind of think I want to refactor this thing such that we have a consistent set of parameters that are passed through each function. You know, one of which tracks, like, controller state, one which tracks game board state, one which tracks UI state or something. So that way we just have, again, very normal and predictable data flow through the whole thing, I think. I don't know. So, okay. I guess we could sub out a unit damage animation. But I'm tempted just to start writing unit tests for this thing, because again, the architecture's wrong. There's no question. The architecture is wrong. And it might be worth the time just to start writing unit tests and working our way from like the more primitive files upward or something. It gotta be trivial to test. Or maybe I want to refactor into player right now. That would be a thing I could do. I don't think that would be a gigantic undertaking. At least not to start it. Oh, I have a player. What is this? Okay, I started that idea and I didn't do anything with it. Yeah, let's work on that player abstraction. I think that's actually what we want to do. So I don't like any of that code we just wrote, but let's go ahead and merge it anyway. Master git rebase on banners. Create a player feature branch. So let's see. First thing we can do, let's just move crap out of turn. So you become player human, player human, player human. And go there. Even that is going to break, actually. Because we need this... Yeah, we need to initialize these players with state. So let's do turn.player for now. That should at least work, hypothetically. Okay, so now we have turn end. Comes player turn end. Okay. And see if that works. Obviously it's not in the state we want, but I just want to see if it works. It does not. Self-dock player. What's going to be the fastest way to fix this? I guess it's this. Yeah, really, it's turned on player. Wow, that's used in a lot of spots. I don't think the language server does this for me, which is unfortunate. And again, we are gonna refactor this to be more sensible. I'm just gonna have to do it progressively. Okay. Probably missed, yeah. Could not include file right, of course. Turn comes out. Whoops. Is that working? That's a little bit shocking. Guess we did get them all. Okay. Start up some music again here. So let's see. I just want to sanity check that diff before we get too far along. Again, we haven't structurally changed anything yet. We've just renamed. We've renamed some stuff. Okay. Refactor turn. Refactor into player. Move turn methods into player and remove turn from the project. Okay. So now we have this questionable architecture, but it's named better. What do we want? Let's make this constructor do something worthwhile. Let's see. And then we initialize players in main, I think. Oh, we do not initialize players anywhere. Right. So now this is where the real refactoring begins, because what we want see, like this. Player human now is just return not self CPU, obviously. That state is now tracked in each player, which is sensible. Let's do this, I guess. We're gonna have two players. Player one, obviously, is always gonna be a human. And now I'm looking at this. Do we even need this? Let's rename this. Let's call you number num. Player number and CPU. We probably don't even need to record the player number because that would just be the index in players, but let's put that there for now because maybe I'm not thinking about this correctly. So we're always going to have one player. Player one will always be a human. Wait, what's going on here? I'm already doing this. Okay. Did I? I guess I just landed at exactly those same decisions last time I thought about this and then did nothing with it. Okay. So this already existed. And I guess that's fine. Which now means all of the... What was it? It was turn.player became player.player, which should now just be player.num. Player.player. All of that. Now see, this might be a kind of a fundamental change because I don't just want to track the state of which players... I don't think I want to just track the state of which player's turn it is in the player table anymore. I would rather loop over players, but maybe I do need... Maybe that should be like player.turn. What does this look like? It's crap. Okay, if... That is not gonna be trivial to change how that works. Yeah, that's not gonna be trivial because I think back to, you know, me wanting to consistently track game state or something. I just don't know where I want to store that information yet. I don't like what I'm doing. I think if this were more sanely arranged, we wouldn't even need to track which player's turn it was. We would just, you know, current player or whatever would point to some player object, right? And we'd be looping over both players. So what I'm saying is I would rather just rely on a pointer there versus manually tracking state. I think that'd be more natural, but that's not a trivial architecture change. Oh, whoops, and... I'll go back to this because that is more explicit when invoked. Am I using players anywhere? I think I am, actually. I need to put players back, too. That needs to go back. So really all I accomplished here is realizing that I already had these ideas and mostly had implemented them and just forgot. Use argument players, player 11. This shouldn't have. That'll be broken now, but it's all gonna be broken now, so whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna stash those changes while I think about that because I want the game working in the meantime. Because that's gonna be a big commitment to sort all that out, and that won't happen tonight. I'm really almost now at the point, I think there's like 1 or 2 weekends worth of hard thinking to do. And once that is done, then it should be kind of a sprint to the finish almost. Maybe that's optimistic, but I feel like we're getting there. Like I'm at least now discovering what's wrong with the architecture that we have. Unfortunately, there's a lot wrong with the architecture that we have, but you know, the project is only so big. What, 2,000 lines? It's a small project. It's not going to take all that long to sort it out. That's all garbage there. Did I break that somehow? Let's see if that still works, even if poorly. Last set guy. Okay, that still works. Yeah. I keep coming back to wanting something like Evented or something, but man, that would be kind of a big refactor and maybe a bit overkill for a pick-a-weight game. I don't know. I just feel like this thing I'm doing now, it's not right. That's no question about that. It's not right. I just don't know what the best way to sort this all out is. This I really hate. All this stuff, horrible. Horrible. The human battle loop and the battle screen update loops are like where the real problems are. If I can sort that out, everything else should be okay, I think. I think the next step, I think I need to go offline a little early tonight and really just think about this, because I don't know what to code until I get the architecture in my head, and I don't have that. I think literally sleeping on it might be called for here. I need to figure out if I need to switch to something evented or something. If I can just bubble a lot of this nested complexity up somehow, or if I need to normalize how game state and UI state are passed through the apps. Something. There's... I know there's an elegant way to do this, but it's not... I don't know what it is at the moment. But we will figure it out. And once we figure it out, it'll be a sprint to the finish. Or at least a sprint to now we do art and music. Because the code is bad, but the game is playable. And the logic that remains to be implemented is not difficult. It's really not. This just is a part of the project where we need to take a step back, look at what we've written, refactor, find the right abstractions, find the right architecture, write the unit tests. So there's work to do, but, I mean, we'll do it, and then we'll be in a really good spot. But yeah, I think I will just call it a little early tonight. Kind of a short stream, but I had fun. I hope you had fun. We'll get there soon. So, let's see. I don't think I can bother rating anyone or whatever. Yeah, that'll do it for the night. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. We will see you next time. Take care.